teammates this week? Are you a bit surprised that they're where they are at this point of the season?
No, not at all. They've got a lot of good players in their team that play their roles well, and that's what's important in this form of the game. Obviously there's other teams around that might have so-called more high-profile players, but I mean, look at their team, and they've got a very well-balanced team.
Aaron Finch, I guess he's the key at the top of the order for what they've sort of done so far. Is he the key to a victory, I guess?
Yeah, look, there's a lot being said about that, but I think there's also a lot of other dangerous players in their batting lineup. So we'd be, stupid to think that just by knocking him over, it's game over. They've got a very strong bowling lineup as well. Their spinners have done a great job for them this tournament. They've obviously got the experience in Murali, so I think the good thing for us is that we've got some confidence from our last couple of games on the road, and we just have to recapture that as quickly as possible, because that was probably lacking in the first couple of games after a slow start, so we just have to keep that ball rolling.
The three spinners, is that a different prospect, I guess? Normally here at the WAC you come up against a pace attack, but coming up against three spinners, is that something you speak about heading in?
Oh, look, I mean, Adelaide did it first game, and I think if you've got the quality of spinners, then there's no doubt that it's a good tactic. They did very well in that first game. The spinners probably dictated terms a fair bit, so that's something that our batting group will have to counter. But I think we're expecting that, so I wouldn't be surprised if they play all three.
What do you think's been the key to the turnaround? You lost your first couple, now you're sort of back in it with a couple on the road.
Oh, look, no doubt. I think in Sydney it was a good toss to win, and we got off to a good start with the ball. Having Alfonso back in the team for the first time was pretty crucial for us. We took early wickets, and we got off to a good start. Michael Beard did a great job in the first 6 in both matches, and the second game, was the 5-over game. Anything could have happened, and it was great to get over the line. But I mean, so far, it's been a good couple of games to get us back on track.
Did Justin work on anything in particular after that slow start?
Look, I mean, end of the day, we played okay first game. We just didn't quite probably execute how we wanted with the ball. And then second game was one of those games where we just got blown away by Malinga. So we didn't look at it too much. That happens in 2020. I think it happened to the Stars in their first game. Finch got them. So we didn't dwell on it too much. And thankfully we were able to turn it around with a very good performance in Sydney. And then, an even better win in Brisbane, given that I think everyone thinks that Duckworth-Lewis, definitely favours the team batting second, which it certainly helped us. But you still have to go out there and get them. And our guys, particularly Sean and Coults, did a great job getting us over the line.
Yeah, and Cool Denial, that was a pretty good display of pinch hitting almost. Do you think he's developing into a specialist 2020 player, or just an all-round cricketer?
Oh no, he's just a very good all-round cricketer. He's done well at this form of the game, but he's certainly got a lot of potential to get better at this form of the game, not only with the ball but also with the bat, and he's great in the field. So, he's definitely someone that they're going to be looking at for higher honours down the track if he keeps performing consistently.
Do you need a bit more from Hirsch at the top of the order?
Oh, look, I thought he did a good job for us. He batted really well in Sydney, and what was a tricky chase. The conditions there, it wasn't probably the easiest wicket to bat on in 2020. So he got a very good 40 for us there. And then in Brisbane, a 5-over game, anything can happen. He was trying to smoke us some runs. Unfortunately, got out. But that's cricket, this form of the game. But, from our point of view, we know that he can be a match winner. He was brilliant for us last year, and he loves playing here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets amongst them on Saturday night.
You're obviously pretty keen to give the home fans something to cheer about this time and get the ball rolling with a win over the ladder leaders sitting at 2-2.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a big game. Every game from here on in is a big game, but we're just treating it, the old cliche, one at a time. We keep doing that and building momentum, then we'll get ourselves in a good position. But if we look too far ahead, there's no doubt that you can come unstuck in this form of the game, as a few teams have already found out. Teams that won the first game all of a sudden losing a couple and under pressure. So we've had the opposite. Hopefully we can stay on that winning run.
Are there any injury concerns at the moment? Any nagging for Sean Marsh?
Yeah, look, I mean, we've had a few little niggles here and there, but I think most of the boys have enjoyed having a bit of time off to recuperate from those. So I think we'll have pretty much all hands on deck, which is pretty good at this time of the year.